I mean, she can sing though, like if you really think about it. I know you're mad. I know you're really mad. But she can sing. Like let's just put it together. She can sing. She can hit the notes. But she really can sing. So how mad are you? How mad are you? Tell me. Just let me know. How mad are you? Mad? I'm not mad. Are you mad? Are you mad though? But why are you mad? So Ariel is black now. And thanks for coming back to this channel. My name is Rye Reed, the writer. I have every right to talk about this movie because I am a writer. It's in my name, it's a given, it's put together. I write books. I can talk about this because film is writing. It makes sense. I can talk about it. I can talk about it. That I'm black. I'm black though. I really can talk about this. Like they set this up for me. They basically said, Rye, please talk about this. Please. Please make a video on this. I kept seeing in my TikTok. It was a sign. It was a sign. It was for me. Yeah, so the Little Mermaid, she is black now. Ariel is black. I might be upsetting people, but it's just better to be honest. I'm too old to not be honest. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this because I'm ready. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're not following me, make sure you follow me. We're doing wonderful. This channel is growing. I'm noticing that. I'm seeing it. It's like really cool. And also, if you want to support me and my writing, my books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Apple, and the link down below. So go ahead, follow me here, subscribe. I'm gonna be pumping out more videos. Follow my socials and check out some of my books. But let's talk about this topic. So as you know, the Little Mermaid movie comes out on May the 26th. And I will say this, May is a fantastic month. I am a Taurus, my birthday. It just passed like a couple days ago, like 2 days ago. So this is super cool for me to, just see all this happening in the best month in the whole entire world. If you hate Tauruses, you're missing out. We like food. We like to travel a little bit. We dress really well. I smell great. My hair is done. They all say we look like babies. We probably do. So, the anti-aging, it's natural. It's natural. I don't have to do much. It's natural. Great month. The controversy surrounded the movie is absolutely insane. I began seeing clips of the movie coming out like last year. By then, Twitter was already like on a rampage. People were pissed. And I do want to talk about this. If we really think about it, the last Little Mermaid movie came out in 1989. I did my research on November the 15th of November. So just think about that. That's about over 30 years ago this movie came out. The Little Mermaid was the beginning of Disney's Renaissance era. So when you think of the Renaissance, like this is the best time of Disney animation. This is when animation went on like, it just went up. It was present. Disney was kind of suffering in the 80s, didn't have a really clear direction. But Disney took a wonderful turn. Creativity was at an all-time high. The stories were fantastic. We were getting all types of music coming out with the movies. So when you think of the Renaissance era, you're thinking of Hercules, of Beauty and the Beast. Come on now. Of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Tarzan was like the last one. I know Disney didn't like Tarzan, but Tarzan was my movie. I was really little when it came out, so I really didn't get to enjoy it the way I would have wanted to. Never forget this. My parents My father, he worked for the city of LA. And back in the day, LA would give my father like stuff to give us. So the city would give my father like desks, so we would have desks to do homework on. The city would give my dad Converse for us. But the city gave my father a like DVD player, like old school, and it came with a Disney's Tarzan soundtrack. And I took that. That was my Christmas gift. And I would listen to that Tarzan soundtrack over and over again. So I didn't really care about the other Disney songs. Granted, Snow White, she was popping. She was popping. Singing them songs, I was like, I was in there. I was singing. I love me some Snow White. She's one of my favorites. Cinderella is a bop as well. But, you know, like the Grand Slam will always be Pocahontas because she's that girl. Like, if you really think about it, if you really think about it, Pocahontas has always been it. Where's the Pocahontas movie? Where is it? Like, put that out. Omi had the best hair. Her makeup routine would kill. It would kill. I want to know. I want to know what she puts in her hair. Is it magic or is it the spirit? You tell me. Or is it colonization? Yeah. But John Smith was looking good though, no cap. John Smith was looking mighty fine. That man was handsome. I had a crush on him. That was the Disney Renaissance era. So I understand where people are coming from, especially people who were born in the 70s. That's how far back you have to go. People who were born in the 70s, people who were born in the 80s, and people who were born like in the really early 90s. You still missed it when it came out, but you know what I'm saying? You're still part of that. People, especially in the 80s kids love The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid was such a huge franchise. It was almost occultic. And I see this a lot on Twitter and on Instagram and TikTok. People are mad at older adults 40 up, and they don't understand why they're complaining about The Little Mermaid, why they're upset that this older generation can't get over her being black. I'm black, I can talk about it. They're very upset with the hair color, all these different types of things. But this generation, these multiple generations, they came from that era. The precedence of what Ariel was supposed to look like, what her father is supposed to look like, what Scuttle and Sebastian are supposed to sound and look like is already done. It's been established. Could you imagine being so attached to an era? And it's a moment in their lives. So now that they're seeing this new Little Mermaid and it doesn't look like their Little Mermaid, because that was their Little Mermaid, it's confusing, it's irritating, it bothers them, and I get it. But that was not my era. I was not alive in 1989. So I don't feel the attachment. Disney movies for me didn't really matter until I was actually old enough to appreciate them. And that wasn't until the 2000s and the 2010s when I was actually a teenager. Everything else, Disney for me mattered when WALL-E came out and Ratatouille. Those were my movies. A little bit of Treasure Planet because that was a bop. I know no one likes it, or the Atlantis movies, but come on, like, that was for me. I have talking points. I have my little handy dandy little notebook right here. I'm gonna go over some things that I want to discuss for this movie. Stuff that you were thinking about that you couldn't talk about because you didn't have enough time to film like I did. I took today, the afternoon off to film. I did that for you. I'm here for you. I'm doing you a favor. So when you watch the movie on May 26th, if you go, you're already up to date. I got you. So I'm giving you all the talking points right here. Because I care about you. You're on my mind. Yeah, I'm on a roll. I don't care that Haley, what's her name?
I'm Halle Bailey, and this is my...
I don't care that Halle Bailey, is it Holly?
I'm Halle Bailey. And
Halle. I don't care that Halle Bailey is black. I'm probably upsetting a lot of people out there, but this is my talking point. I don't care that she's black. I get why people are upset. Because like I said, Ariel, the original Little Mermaid, came out in 1989. The original character, if you really think about it, she was Caucasian, she was white, she had very pale white skin. The original Ariel had thick, red, full hair. That was her look. She had blue eyes, hair was bright red. She was 16 years old, crazy, crazy. She had a look to her, so that was her look. I get why people are very upset with the race swapping. It makes sense. Could you imagine watching the original Little Mermaid in the movie theaters? You were a kid or you were a teenager. Fast forward now, you're a grown adult, you have your own family, you have your own kids. You find out that Disney is making a live action version of your favorite movie in the world. First time you actually hope to see this character, hope to see this image that's already been presented to you on film, looks nothing like the thing that you grew up with, that you're accustomed to, that was presented to you. This reminds me so much of Last of Us. I'm tripping, not The Walking Dead. The Last of Us came out last year, I believe, or beginning of this year. The actors did not look exactly like Ellie from the video game, because Ellie from the video game, same thing, she was white, she was very petite, she had freckles, she had a certain type of look. And her look was very beautiful, but it was very striking and it was sad. Then when they cast it for the movie, they hired Bella Ramsey. She's the girl from Game of Thrones. I watched the show. I like the show. I have nothing against it. The video game Ellie looks nothing like Bella Ramsey. Bella Ramsey looks nothing like Ellie. But they picked her because of the acting quality, and they knew that she would be able to do the role, which she did. She did a fantastic job. Still, you have a fan base. Fans are very, very like strict on what is and what isn't. If you tell a fan that this character's weakness is kryptonite, Superman, then you switch it in the film and say his his new kryptonite is milk. People are pissed off because you've already set the precedence. People have already grown accustomed to this. They're familiar with this character. That's another key word that I'm just going to say right now. It's the familiarity. People are familiar with a certain type of thing, and it's hard to get people to break into a new mold. That's why typically I normally just would not have done it, but the cult base for The Little Mermaid was there. It's everywhere. I've seen girls of all ages with the Ariel phone cases, with the backpacks, with the pencils, with the notebooks, with the t-shirts. People love that version of Ariel. People can love this newer version, sure, the newer generation or even the older, but you're still going to be dealing with people who are stuck in their ways, who've already grown accustomed to a certain thing. You're kind of essentially dividing your own fan base, which really did not need to happen. I had to say it. Someone has to say it. It didn't need to happen. I appreciate it happening, but as a black person, but did it need to happen? Was this like a necessary swap? No, it wasn't. I'm honest. It wasn't. See, I'm in the business of a easy layup. I get it. We are in the modern era. We want to diversify. We want to give notice to genders and races that we have not done before. I think that's great. I think it's wonderful that right now in society, black people can be featured in different roles. Whereas back in the day, all we were we were just slaves. Like, you really think about it, like slaves, or we would play movies from like the 1930s or the 40s, and we were dealing with the oppression of living and during that era of racism. We were always in racism movies, or if we did watch a film of a black person, it was always like a singer, but the overall like laying theme of oppression was always there. Like Ray Charles, black, he's on drugs, wonderful music, I love it, but oppression, segregation, the Django Unchained, we were a slave, 12-year slaves, we were a slave. I feel like those are the roles that we just keep getting, the color purple. So I think it's great that we're stepping out of that like mantra. We're becoming a little bit more. So I like what Disney is doing. I like that they're giving us different options for characters, but I am a person who believes in an easy layup. Because I know that The Little Mermaid has such a occultic following, like it's huge, and it's not just here. If you go to Japan, or you talk to Japanese people, or Chinese people, they love The Little Mermaid as much or more than we do, especially in different countries. They love it, and they love the way that she looks. I have this saying in basketball called "always go for the easy layup." Always the easiest bucket, the easiest win. You don't have to always make a three-pointer. If you know you're not even good at making three-pointers, don't go to the three-point line. Stop. 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 No, go up close. Get your layup in. Get your like little 2 points in. It's okay. You don't always have to shoot from the back. Not everyone has to be a Steph Curry. You don't gotta do that. You can just drive forward and get your easy layup. To me, a very easy layup would have been making Ariel what she originally was. It would have been easier for the box office. It would have been just easier for fans to digest, because no one would have been mad. No one would have said, man, how come Ariel ain't black? That's some kind of wondering from like the writer's room. And I was watching a couple of videos from the people who were casting for Ariel. And I know what they were saying. They were saying that Holly, I'm butchering her name, that she just had the look, she had the image. I understand that. I'm not mad at them for picking her, because she does have the image. She's sweet, she's petite. I love her. I loved her and her sister when they were singing. They took over the pandemic 2020. The music was a bop. Like, she has that really soft, quiet, whispery, beautiful princess kind of appeal. She's just really just that girl. She's just beautiful, and we all appreciate her and we all love her. So I understand why they picked her, and she can sing damn well. That girl can sing. I'm not gonna take that away from her. I'm gonna go see the movie because she can sing. That girl can sing. But still, anytime you're casting, you're picking because you're picking. Disney has to just take ownership for that. They wanted diversity. They wanted a different type of Ariel. That's what it is. I don't know why they can't just say that. They wanted an Ariel that did not look Ariel. They wanted something to fit the modern era, because that's what they've been doing. They keep race swapping. It's nothing new. It would have been better if they would have just said that in the beginning, then said, hey, we're going to pick this person because she also can sing and she's talented and she fits the character type, but in a different race. So I don't know why people just don't come off like the jump and just be honest and just say that. Here's another hot take. Black girls with red hair. I like that. As someone who's also black, I'm black, y'all. Be fooled by all this cream. I know. I go great in your coffee. I know. But I'm black. I'm black. My mom's black. My dad's black. My grandparents are black. My mom's side, my grandparents are black. On my dad's side, everybody black. I'm black. But I'm fair-skinned. I'm very light. I have red hair. I have lighter eyes. I have freckles. I have redder hair. Like, it's just red, sandy hair. It's just what it is. You know, it's cool when you get to see yourself represented in a film. I know people kind of just go, no, you can't see yourself in a character. But it's just cool when there is a character and she looks a little bit similar to you. I like the movie Brave because she had red hair. I have red hair. I like that. I thought her hair was fantastic. My hair is fantastic. It all worked out. It was a vibe for me. Black women, we come in so many different shades. Just black people in general. Some of us are dark. Some of us are light. Some of us have blue-green eyes. Some of us have brown eyes. There's no set look for just being black, especially here in America. We come in so many different variations. So just to see that variation type, I like that. That's super cool. I know people are upset with her hair color not being as bright red as it possibly could be, but I don't know. If she had bright red hair, she'd look like a clown. it would look crazy. It wouldn't make any sense. Her having that type of darker ginger hair, it just makes sense for her and her complexion, her character. Because, you know, you look at me too, I'm very fair. Hair's on the kind of like the darker side of being red. Granted, it's bright red. It's bright red right now, just because I've been in the sun and I've just been outside a lot. But you know, it looks more natural when it's like a little bit darker. So I'm fine with that. I'm not bothered. I will also say this: I'm not a fan of the race swapping. Like, I'm not mad that Ariel is black. I'm not bothered. It does not bother me. I'm not really concerned. I love Disney, but like I said, this movie was not of my era. I didn't watch it when I was a kid. I'm sorry, y'all. My mom was playing, she was playing Lion King. We were watching Lion King on repeat. Fox and the Hound, that was my movie. We were always watching Fox and the Hound. Toy Story, we were always watching Toy Story. All the singing ones I didn't watch except for Mulan because my father liked the action. That was pretty much it. So I didn't really watch The Little Mermaid. I personally don't remember all of it even right now. And I'm not going to go back and watch it because I'd just rather wait for this new movie to come out. I'm not bothered by it. I know people are very bothered by it. I'm just not that concerned. I'm not a fan of race swapping, and I'll tell you why. Like I said before, I like that Disney is bringing more black people, Asian, Hispanic, like Mexican, I mean, different races into the melting pot. That's awesome. What I would have preferred in this instance is to have kept Ariel who she was and what she originally looked like. Then if they truly wanted to give us our own space, they could have done different things. They could have went ahead and kept it with the Princess and the Frog movie. Like, Tiana's already black. It fits. I have issues with that story. Homie had 2 jobs. I have my issues, but still. She was a black princess. That was our pocket. Or what Disney could have done is they can create new characters that are black. So we can have our own space instead of swapping Caucasian people for black people. You know, with Disney being as wealthy as they are, as hopefully as creative as they are used to be, I don't think it would have been that hard to have found like a black African folklore story and converted that into a Disney film. I feel like that would be so easy. Me being the person that I am, I'm a writer, y'all. Honestly, if you gave me a month, if like, let's say Disney came to me and was like, hey, Rye, we want a story with a black character. We want her to be female and strong. Can you come up with a storyline? Bro, I would probably have something in a month, probably less than that. It wouldn't have taken me that long to have created something that's original, brand new, that hits all the Disney check marks like family, independent, self-discovery, and like adventure and grandiose storytelling. I'd probably could do that like in 2-3 days. Like, like to keep it cap. I'm not even bragging, but I really could have just created a story really quickly. Fleshing it out and creating the other characters and the music, I would need a team to help me, but to honestly have created a brand new character, it really wouldn't have been hard, especially in the era that we're in. For Mario Brothers made $1 billion. That story was very simple. It didn't deviate too much from the video games, and the overall like overlying theme was just brotherhood and family. One brother was trying to find the other brother. They loved each other. They stuck together, and people came out for that. People actually spent their hard-earned cash, and they made $1 billion in like a month. Come on now, like I think right now it's just too easy. I could just do it. Like it wouldn't have been that complicated just to create that. So I don't know, just Disney, why not just create something brand new? Like I said, African folklore, easy pick something. Or, I don't know, just create something different. I don't know. It would just been easy. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of the race swapping. It would be almost as if like they make Pocahontas, instead of her being Native American, and they make her like Persian or Egyptian, or they switch and make her Hawaiian. It's just like people would be pissed, especially people who were tied to that story and of the same like ethnic group. It's just, I don't know. I would be bothered. So I see why Caucasian white people are very upset about that, because that's something they identified with. And, you know, it's just the race swapping, especially me being a black person, like I said. I want us to have our own lane. I want us to have our own characters. I don't want to see a black person play Superman or Batman or just like any of those like mainstream white characters. It's just, we want our own thing. I want us to have our own thing. So just, you know, let us have our own thing. Well, I guess the main question is will I go watch the movie? Of course, I'm going to go watch the movie. I have to go support this actress. I really dig her. I like what she's doing. I think she's only 23, so she's a kid. She's super young. I like that. I like that she is responsible. She's a great role model for children. I don't have any kids right now, but if I had a daughter, I would not be bothered with my daughter watching her or following her on social media, or if my daughter told me she wanted to go see her in a film. I think that's wonderful because, like I said, she has that Disney princess, very nice, sweet appeal, and to have that, especially nowadays in media where she's really pure, she just really looks like a sweetheart. We don't have a lot of those role models. Especially coming out of 2016, that area to the 2020s, it's just been out of pocket. There's just not a lot of role models for young girls, especially black girls. Like when I think about like a black role model, I think of like Viola Davis, Zendaya, like is, you know, phenomenal. Zendaya is doing some great stuff with her films, and she's like a very nice person. You know what I mean? It's great that we have someone that's young, really in tune with the culture, but also very sweet. Then she's talented. Her sister is extremely talented as well. I'm excited to see what she does after this, if she decides to release her own music, which she absolutely should. Because, like, you know, her and her sister's Pocket, like Chloe, they are really good with the neo soul. I like that music taste. It reminds me of like Solange, Janae Aiko. It's kind of like that Pocket. So if she drops music, I'm here for it. Definitely, like, we'll support that. So I like that. But yeah, like I said, you know, a black chick with red hair, I gotta go see that. Me and my mother will be watching the movie either Thursday night or Friday morning. My mom's off on Friday. So I'll be getting our tickets and I'll film it too so we can talk about our experience and kind of just walking into the theater and everything and seeing if people actually show up for it. My main point really is Disney can make $1 billion with the Little Mermaid film coming out on the 26th. It's very possible that this movie can generate that much money. It has a lot of heavy competition coming out for the month of ending of the month of May, then to June. So it really has to knock it out this month. If the movie sticks to the original Little Mermaid that came out in 1989, with the same story principle, you have Ariel, 16-year-old girl, falls in love with a human and wants to live in the human world and have feet and, you know, be with this guy who's a prince and he's handsome and he's beautiful. He is beautiful. She gives up her voice in exchange to have this human experience and has to get him to fall in love. If that premise stays the same, because it's relatable, little girls fall in love with like a guy thinking she has to change herself for this guy. It's very relatable. It happens all the time. If the story sticks to that premise, it will make $1 billion. I have no doubt about it. But if the story deviates from that in any form or fashion, the movie will bomb after about a week or two. Like, word of mouth will come out and people will be like, no, this movie is horrible. Like I said before, Disney, you have like the easiest layup. The Little Mermaid franchise is huge. People are fans of it. You don't have to do much to get people just to come out and watch this live remake. Keep to the original story. Put it out there. Maybe change up the dialogue a little bit because, like, you know, live action, cartoon, you have to make the adaptation so it makes sense with people. You have to add certain things. Some elements you can't won't translate from cartoon to reality. That makes sense. That's fine. I get it. But for the most part, if the story stays the same, the dialogue stays the same, the characters have that same magic that they had in 1989, it will be $1 billion. But I'm nervous. I don't know. I saw Scuttle. I saw Sebastian. I wish they would have cast the same Scuttle, the same Sebastian. Let's see how the music goes. The music should be like bomb on Ariel's side, just because, like I said, Haley,
Halle Bailey, and this is
Holly,
my journey to Ariel.
Holly Bailey can sing. I'm not worried about the soundtrack. The soundtrack is going to be fire. That's kind of why I'm going, is for the music. If the script is crazy and the characters don't look like characters and you start modernizing stuff and start switching the way things originally were, you're going to kill off the fan base from the past. You're going to get some people who like the new Little Mermaid, but like I said, I'm here for the easy layup. Why work harder for my money? If people like the color red and they like this ice cream that's red, and people are going to continue buying this red ice cream, why would I change it and make it blue ice cream? Why would I do that? If I want the easy money. And we know this, brands that stay consistent and don't change their branding and remain familiar and comfortable, the same crowd will continue showing up day in and day out. It's like In-N-Out. In-N-Out has not changed for years. It looks the same, the burger tastes the same, the prices remain mostly the same. People will show in and show out, but the minute you start switching stuff up, you start losing your audience. That's my hot take.